God damn, this view never gets old. Today we're going to be shooting a standard panorama with your DSLR camera. Now a lot of people surprisingly don't know how to do this. You see a lot of people with like their iPhones or phones just kind of doing this thing and just capturing a panorama like that. But with a DSLR, it's more complex than just doing this. And you're probably wondering, why isn't it that easy? Well, I don't know either, but I'm gonna show you how to do it. Let's take some panoramas. Don't listen to me over there. Now, every photographer has a different style and preference, but when it comes to panoramas, it usually kind of boils down to the same thing. It's always about the expansive view in your surrounding area. I don't know, it just looks majestic and huge. That's usually what I see on panoramas. The majority of places that I found with such an expansive view involves hiking. We'll know when we get there. So today I'm here in the mountains. I'm gonna take this big ass panorama. I literally do not know what's going on. I'm literally just hiking and all this stuff is going on. I'm literally here shooting a time lapse and the silence is broken. Yeah, see? What the fuck is going on? Do you know what this is for?
No clue.
I don't know what's going on, guys, but apparently I'm in the top 24.
Right on, bro.
First things first, get yourself a tripod. You're gonna be needing it to keep your horizon leveled and for stability purposes and to take pictures and stuff. Next, you're gonna be needing a zoom lens with a high millimeter range. I'm gonna be using the 70 to 200 millimeter. Ew, I got like a piece of food on it. What the fuck was I doing with this lens? So I'm gonna be using this big, long, thick, girthy lens. Now, this lens is gonna help me zoom into all those buildings that are miles away. It'll help me grab and capture all the detail that's like miles away. Now you're probably wondering, why don't I just use a landscape ultra wide millimeter lens to take these panoramas or landscapes? Well, the reason we're using a zoom lens is because you want to be able to zoom in to like a building 3 miles away and capture all of that detail. Such crispy detail. You can definitely see a comparison between using a wider lens and using a zoom lens to take a landscape. Like if you use a wide, it's okay, but trust me, you'll get 10 times the detail using a zoom lens. Next, you're gonna wanna tilt your camera to portrait mode so that when you're taking these, you can easily capture the verticality of your panorama. It also helps you get the most out of using your entire sensor. Also, it'll help Lightroom stitch these together more easily. More on that later. For now, let's stick to taking pictures. Montage time. Play the music, show the photos, do all that cool editing stuff that I'm gonna do later. Now let's talk settings. So you're going to be wanting to capture the most detail out of these photos. So naturally you would want your f-stops to like f10 to f2000 if it went that high. And make sure you're also on manual focus mode because you don't want to have autofocus just be focus breathing on just random stuff. You don't want inconsistencies in your frame because one frame you're gonna have this building in the distance in focus and the other building out of focus. And then the next frame you might have the foreground in focus and the rest of it out of focus. So you're gonna want to keep that consistent. Next, I usually keep my ISO at its lowest, like 100. I'm doing this because I'm shooting at night and I want the best visual clarity when it comes to some of these night panoramas. You know, get more clarity. Why not? And shutter speed doesn't really matter because you're using a tripod, so set it to whatever you want. Literally use it as a exposure bar thing. You can rotate one way, it'll get darker. You can rotate the other way, it'll get brighter. Just make the photo exposed, I guess. But yeah, it all depends on like the time of day. So keep that in mind. Now it does take a while to take these panoramas. Usually it takes me like 20 to 30 minutes to take like 16 or 17 frames. While you're doing this, you're gonna want to make sure each frame is leveled, because you might get something like this where panorama just starts to tilt and Lightroom doesn't know how to deal with it, so you can't really do anything about it, just so you could get that nice crisp clean line across the frame. Also, when you're going to advance to the next frame, make sure that the last third of the first frame matches the first third of your next frame. That sounds more complicated than it is, because without that single building as a focus point, it's kind of annoying for the program to not be able to stitch these together. Now you're just like, God damn, this is so complex. Oh fuck, my light died. No! So now it's Lightroom time. What you want to do is bring the photos into Lightroom, and if you don't have Lightroom, I'm pretty sure there's like a 7-day free trial, and they have like the nice photography combo, which is like $10 a month. So bring the files in, and you're gonna want to click on the first frame and then shift click to the last frame. Right click on all of them, and there should be a sub menu there that says photo merge. Click on it, and then click on the one that says panorama, and then you'll be shown a huge menu on how you want to do this, and there's multiple little menus there. Pick cylindrical. It's gonna be like just the super wide, awesome, I don't know what to say. And then in the end, all you gotta do is export, you know, export to computer, and then you're just gonna get this nice hefty large ass file that takes up a lot of space. And once you're done with Lightroom, you're gonna end up with something like this. It's amazing to see your art in such a big, grandiose scale. All the details combined just make such a master collection of photos. This video was a little longer on the explainy side, but hopefully you guys are able to follow this and produce your own panoramas. It takes practice, but you'll eventually get the hang of it, and then who knows, you'll get some cool ass stuff that you'll likely want to hang on a wall. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I think I already said that. I'll see you guys next time on Salem Vlogs. Dun, da, da, da. I'm just gonna get the fuck out of frame.